Hello everyone, welcome to Medical Dose. म चाहिँ अपेक्षा भट्टराई from Manipal College of Medical Sciences र आजको हाम्रो टपिक हो back of the thigh. Mainly today we will be discussing about the muscles present in the back of the thigh. र हामी सबैलाई थाहा छ हाम्रो thigh को anterior compartment. Thigh को anterior compartment it is the extensor compartment. It is the extensor compartment. And thigh को medial compartment it is the adductor compartment. And thigh को posterior compartment it is the flexor compartment. Talking about the muscles, back of the thigh को muscles like के पनि भनिन्छ भन्दाखेरि hamstring muscles पनि भनिन्छ. Hamstring यहाँको back of the thigh को muscle लाई hamstring muscles भनिन्छ. र यो muscles हरु कुन कुन हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि it is semitendinosus. It includes semitendinosus, SemiMembranosus. त्यस्तै गरी अर्को हुन्छ long head of bicep femoris. र त्यस्तै गरी अर्को muscle छ hamstring part or ischial part of adductor magnus. These are the four muscles which are included in the hamstring muscles. र long head of bicep femoris चाहिँ hamstring मा belong गर्छ अनि short head हाम्रो short head of bicep femoris short head पनि हाम्रो back of the thigh मा lie गर्छ but it is not included in the hamstring muscle. यसको बारेमा हामी अब we will be discussing just after this. So the characteristics of this hamstring muscle are the characteristics of hamstring muscles. The first characteristic is they have a common origin. They originate from ischial tuberosity. यो चाहिँ ischial tuberosity बाट originate हुन्छ. त्यस्तै गरी they are inserted. यिनीहरुको insertion is into one of bones of leg. हामीलाई थाहा छ leg मा दुईटा bone present भएको हुन्छ tibia and fibula. Tibia र fibula present भएको हुन्छ. यो दुईटा बोन मध्ये एउटामा के हुन्छ इन्सर्सन भएको हुन्छ. तर हामीलाई थाहा छ adductor magnus चाहिँ के हुँदैन. adductor magnus चाहिँ femur को adductor tubercle मा गएर इन्सर्ट हुन्छ. तर यसलाई पनि हामीले hamstring muscle मा इन्क्लुड गर्छौं किनभने यसको tibial collateral ligament भन्ने हुन्छ एउटा tibial collateral ligament. It is considered to be the degenerated tendon. It is considered as a tibial collateral ligament is considered as the degenerated tendon of adductor magnus muscle को degenerated tendon भनेर magnus भनेर consider गरिएको हुन्छ. र tibial collateral ligament it goes and insert into the tibia from the femur. It goes and insert into the tibia. So हामीले adductor magnus लाई पनि केमा इन्क्लुड गरेको भन्दाखेरि hamstring muscle मा इन्क्लुड गरिन्छ. र third characteristic present in the hamstring muscles are their nerve supply. यिनीहरुको nerve supply is by the tibial part of sciatic nerve. त्यस्तै गरी यिनीहरुको अर्को क्यारेक्टरिस्टिक कुन हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि they act as flexor of the knee joint and extensor of the hip So these are the characteristics of the hamstring muscles. These are the Characteristics of the hamstring muscles. Origin from the ischial tuberosity, insertion into the bones of the leg, nerve supply by the tibial part of sciatic nerve, they act as a flexor of the knee joint and extensor of the hip. र हामीले चाहिँ short head of bicep femoris, short head of biceps femorisलाई चाहिँ we do not consider in the hamstring muscle. यो चाहिँ थाइमा present, back of the थाइमा present त भएको हुन्छ, but we do not consider here because यसको nerve supply is by the common peroneal part of the sciatic nerve र यसको origin चाहिँ it is from the femur, shaft of the femur बाटै हुन्छ, so it is not considered in the hamstring muscles. So especially we would go into the individual muscles. The first मा चाहिँ there is, this one is semitendinosus. First one is semitendinosus. Semitendinosus इसको muscle को it has upper part, it is muscular and it has a long tendon of the insertion. So यसलाई चाहिँ के भनेको semitendinosus भनेको यहाँ हेर्न सकिन्छ फिगरमा, this green color, it is the semitendinosus muscle जुन चाहिँ arise हुन्छ from the ischial tuberosity बाट arise भएर it goes and insert into the shaft of the tibia. यहाँ गएर insert हुन्छ है त. So यसको origin is from the inferomedial impression on the upper part of the ischial tuberosity. यहाँबाटै and it is common with the long head of bicep femoris को origin सँग common हुन्छ. This we have already discussed in the hip bone. र यसको origin भयो यो from the ischial tuberosity. त्यस्तै गरी यसको insertion चाहिँ कता हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि from the medial surface of the tibia behind sartorius and gracilis. हामीले हेरिसकेका थियौं tibia bone पनि हामीले पढिसक्यौं. tibia को this is anterior aspect, यो चाहिँ tibial tuberosity भयो. अगाडिपट्टि चाहिँ there is in the medial surface मा there is insertion of the यसरी three muscles को insertion भएको हुन्छ. सुरुको this one is sartorius, this is gracilis र चाहिँ semitendinosus. र हामीले यो तीनटै muscleलाई we have said this three muscles as the guy ropes जस्तै चाहिँ it stabilize the pelvis, the pelvis. So यसको origin भयो, insertion पनि भयो on the medial surface of the tibia behind sartorius and gracilis. This is origin and insertion. यसको nerve supply हेर्ने भने nerve supply it is via the tibial part of sciatic nerve. हामीले माथि नै मेन्सन गरिसक्यौं सबै hamstring muscle को it is by the tibial part of sciatic nerve. र यसको action पनि भनिसक्यौं हामीले. Action के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि it is the chief flexor of knee and it also causes medial rotation. Of leg in semi-flexed knee. र अर्को action हामीले माथि common characteristic मा include गरिसक्यौं. It is also the weak extensor. Of the hip. So this is about the semitendinosus. The next muscle we have is SemiMembranosus muscle. SemiMembranosus muscle, this one here, it is the SemiMembranosus muscle. र यसको चाहिँ it is named SemiMembranosus because it has a flat tendon of the origin. यसको origin is via the ischial tuberosity बाटै हो, especially on the superolateral impression on the upper part of the ischial tuberosity. र यसको insertion is into the insertion aram कता भएको छ भन्दाखेरि this is the medial condyle of the tibia, this is the lateral condyle of the tibia. So it is inserted on the groove on the posterior surface of the medial condyle of the tibia. यहाँ गएर चाहिँ insert भएको हुन्छ. र semimembranosus muscle को एउटा कुरा, if this is the semimembranosus muscle, यो चाहिँ semimembranosus muscle भयो भने यसको यहाँबाट एउटा ligament के भएको हुन्छ, arise भएको हुन्छ. This ligament it is called the oblique popliteal ligament. This is oblique popliteal ligament. So हाम्रो सेमिमेम्ब्रानोसस मसलको ओरिजिन इस्क्वल टु भेलोसिटी र इन्सर्सन इन द पोस्टेरियर सर्फेस अफ द medial condyle of the tibia अनि यसको expansion from the tendon it forms the oblique popliteal ligament. This was about the semimembranosus र यसको nerve supply भइसक्यो. It is by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve र यसको action हेर्ने भने it is same as that of semitendinosus. It is the chief flexor of knee, and it also causes medial rotation of the leg in semi-flexed knee. त्यस्तै गरी it is also the weak extensor of hip. These are the actions of the semimembranosus. After semitendinosus and semimembranosus, we have another muscle which is bicep femoris. We have third muscle, that is biceps femoris. Again, हामीले mention गरिसक्यौं, long head of bicep femoris is included in the hamstring muscle, whereas short head चाहिँ include भएको हुँदैन. It has two head of origin. So long head चाहिँ it originates. Long head चाहिँ कताबाट originate भन्छ, as it is the hamstring muscle, it originates from the ischial tuberosity, from the inferior medial impression on the upper part of the ischial tuberosity, in common with semitendinosus. This was the long head. Short head it is not included in the hamstring muscle. Originate this is the short head. This is the short head of bicep femoris, which originates from the lateral leap of linea aspera bata originate भएको हुन्छ. त्यस्तै गरी lateral supracondylar line बाट पनि originate भएको हुन्छ, and from lateral intermuscular septum बाट पनि originate भएको हुन्छ. This is about the short head. This is about the origin and another insertion. यो चाहिँ कतापट्टि गएर insert हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि we can see in the figure, this is going and inserting into the fibula मा गएर insert भएको छ. यसरी यहाँ fibula मा गएर insert भएको छ. So it is inserted in the head of the fibula in front of the apex. So it is inserted into the fibula. So यसको nerve supply हेर्ने भने long head को nerve supply is by long head को nerve supply is by the tibial part of sciatic nerve. Tibial part of sciatic nerve र यसको short head को nerve supply, as it is not short head चाहिँ hamstring muscle मा included भएको हुँदैन. यसको supply is by the common peroneal part of sciatic nerve. So this was about the biceps femoris. त्यसपछि यसको action आउँछ. Action हेर्ने भने it is the chief flexor. यो चाहिँ एउटा chief flexor of knee. त्यस्तै गरी यो medial rotator हैन, हाम्रो माथिपट्टिको त्यो semitendinosus र semimembranosus, they were inserted into the tibia and they were the medial rotator, they caused the medial rotation. तर यो चाहिँ कतापट्टि insert भएको छ, fibula मा गएर insert भएको छ, and so it is the lateral rotator. It is the lateral rotator of knee. It is the lateral rotator of leg in semi-flexed knee. So this is the action. It also causes, definitely it causes weak extensor. It is also the weak extensor of the hip. So these are the actions of the bicep femoris. The next big muscle we have, it is the adductor magnus. We have is adductor magnus. It is the largest muscle in the adductor compartment. This is the adductor magnus muscle. यो चाहिँ adductor magnus muscle हो. यसको ischial or hamstring part is considered to be in the hamstring muscles. It is considered to be as the hamstring muscle. र originate चाहिँ कताबाट हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि originate from the hamstring part is originate from the lower lateral part of the ischial tuberosityबाट ओरिजिनेट भएको हुन्छ। त्यस्तै गरी एडक्टर पार्ट इज ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रम द इन्फेरियर रेमस अफ द प्युबिसबाट ओरिजिनेट भएको हुन्छ। दिस इज द ओरिजिन अफ एडक्टर म्याग्नस। यसको इन्सर्सन हेर्ने हो भने इन्सर्सन इट इज इन्सर्टेड माथिबाट तल हेरौँ यसको इन्सर्सन इट इज इन्सर्टेड इन्टु द मिडियल मार्जिन अफ द ग्लुटियल ट्युबेरोसिटी। त्यस्तै गरी लिनिया अस्पेराहरूमा इन्सर्ट हुँदै जाँदै मिडियल सुप्राकन्डालर रिजतिर इन्सर्ट हुँदै इट अल्टिमेटली गेट्स इन्सर्टेड इन्टु द एडक्टर ट्युबरकलमा गएर इन्सर्ट हुन्छ अल्टिमेटली। र एउटा कुरा यहाँ के याद राख्नुपर्छ भन्दाखेरि यो एडक्टर म्याग्नसको इन्सर्सनमा चाहिँ हामीले यहाँ पर्फोरेसन्स देख्न सक्छौँ। यसरी पर्फोरेसन्स देख्न सक्छौँ। दिस पर्फोरेसन्स आर फर द पासेज अफ द पर्फोरेटिङ ब्रान्चेस अफ द प्रफन्डा फेमोरिस आर्ट्री। त्यस्तै गरी यहाँ अर्को ओपनिङ पनि छ। दिस इज कल्ड एडक्टर हायटस। यो चाहिँ के हो एडक्टर hiatus. Adductor hiatus, so it allows the passage of the femoral vessels, femoral vein and artery pass गर्छ योबाट from the adductor canal to the popliteal fossa. So this was about the adductor hiatus and adductor magnus. त्यस्तै गरी यसको nerve supply. Nerve supply, it has a dual nerve supply. It has dual nerve supply. So त्यही भएर यसलाई चाहिँ के पनि भनिन्छ भन्दाखेरि it is also called hybrid muscle. यसलाई चाहिँ hybrid muscle पनि भनिन्छ because of its dual nerve supply. यसको adductor part it is supplied by adductor part लाई किन supply गर्छ भन्दाखेरि posterior division of obturator nerve. It supplies the adductor part. The hamstring part it is supplied hamstring or ischial part it is supplied by the tibial part of sciatic nerve. र यसको एक्सन हेर्ने भने adductor part causes adduction of the thigh whereas ischial part इसको ischial part it causes extension of the hip and flexion of the knee. र adductor part पनि लेख्दियौँ adductor part it causes adduction of the thigh. Adduction of thigh. So this was about the adductor magnus muscle. Nerve supply भयो, insertion भयो, origin भयो, action पनि भयो हैन। Adductor magnus भयो, bicep femoris को origin, insertion, nerve supply and action. त्यसपछि we have SemiMembranosus जसको पनि भयो र semitendinosus को पनि भयो. So this was all about the muscles in the back of the thigh. Thank you.